Jerold Panas's mega gifts and his 62 tenets for success. Wow. I mean, this is like the handbook, the guide. Well, Jerold Panas spoke with more than 50 men and women who had made gifts of $1 million or more. And he also collected data from more than 1,000 fundraising professionals. And he says, as for me, I bring over 40 years to this magnificent business of helping others undertake consequential acts of kindness and generosity. And I should mention here too that Jerold Panas, who's written all these wonderful books and is really the guru of fundraising here, and especially of getting mega gifts, he died this summer, or last summer, July of 2018. So you really need to get in, ask his book, Asking Major Gifts, Moves Management. Wow, he really is the guru, like I said. Okay, so here's what he said that he has discovered. He's discovered that there is clearly factors and forces that motivate large gifts. And he said the proof of this is irrefutable. There is more commonality in the factors than there are differences. And as extraordinarily unique as people are, the drive and consideration that propels them to a major gift is very much the same. He says that during the preparation of this book, Mega Gifts, he combined everything he'd heard from his donors and everything he could read on the subject. He said, I mixed this generously and openly with my own feelings and attitudes. And what has evolved are 62 factors that I am convinced guide, shape, and determine the success of securing the major gifts. So here they are. Okay, let's go through them. Are you ready? Going to take notes? Don't say no for anyone. Be bold and daring. Go after your top prospects with persistence and passion and all the vigor and zeal you can muster. You'll be hurt more by those who would have said yes but weren't asked than by those who say no. Few commandments, Jerold Panas says, in fundraising are as sacrosanct as this. Note it well. Giving by living men and women outstrips every other form of philanthropy. Over 80 cents of every dollar is given by a living man or woman. Now, this has been true for the last 20 years. This book was written in 2017. Another 10 cents comes from estates. The result is that 90% of all giving comes from individuals, not foundations and corporations. This highlights the importance of developing a creative strategy for the weighing, the wooing, and the winning of your individual prospects, your individual donors. Obviously, keep in mind that corporate boards and foundation executives consist of people with the same blend of human strengths and frailties, agonies and joys that guide the giving of individuals. A foundation may have well-defined roles that govern its funding, but even within these limitations, the foundation executive and board will often make decisions with the same intuitions, perceptions, and feelings as individual. Now, thirdly, individuals give emotionally, not cerebrally. Men and women don't give to needs, they give to dreams and dazzling visions. Giving is visceral. Individuals will view your long list of details and specifics with pious and quiet admiration, but this will seldom move mega givers to audacious action. Say, Jerold Panas says, the best auto salesman gets you into the driver's seat. You feel the wheel. You look at the gleaming dashboard, and for one glorious moment, you're speeding through the Italian Alps. For most people, reading the torque ratios and the compression factors may be interesting, but it's the driver's seat that moves them. Get your prospect behind the steering wheel and in the driver's seat. Walk the prospect through the campus into the emergency room of the hospital. Help them remember what it was like to be 9 years old and away at camp. 4. The rule of thirds is a canon that has persisted since the earliest of fundraising programs. And it persists today, and while there may be some exceptions, the rule is virtually scriptural. 1/3 of your funds in a campaign will come from your top 10 to 15 gifts. 1/3 will come from your next 100 to 125 gifts. The remaining 1/3 will come from all other gifts. There is evidence that larger gifts are more important than ever, and now we find, Jerold Panas in his group finds, that 95% of the funds come from 3 to 4% of the donors. The base of giving pyramid is less broad, the tip more crucial than ever. And don't think that you can discard the rule of thirds with egalitarian giving. It has been attempted often, and always, Jerold Panas says, with disastrous results. Fifthly, the fifth tenet, virtually without exception, husbands and wives and partners discuss their major philanthropy. Husbands and wives will confer before making a final commitment for a mega gift. You must communicate with both husband and wife, even though only one partner may be especially interested in your program. Otherwise, you risk having the whole discussion about giving take place without your being present to run interference or respond to questions and overcome objections. Meet with both the husband and wife. Sixth, seek ways to involve both the husband and wife in the program and activities of your institution. Make certain that both receive credit and recognition, even if only one partner carried the major responsibility for the gift. This lessens the possibility of divided loyalties, Jerold Panas says, and it helps ensure a continued interest in your institution by the surviving spouse. Seventh tenet of mega gifts. There's no clear evidence in the spirit, passion, and dedication to philanthropy is passed to the next generation. Countless examples confirm this, and you will find some notable exceptions, but if you go after the son or daughter for a gift because the parent was extremely generous, it's entirely possible you'll be on a misguided, misdirected mission. The new generation, Jerold Panas and his experts concur, will have their own unique desires and passions, and it's harder to get an appointment than it is to secure a gift. That is your next tenet. And the more intensive planning and innovation may be required to get the appointment than is needed to sell the program. So, important. Develop a strategy for securing the visit. It's every bit as important as your plan for getting the gift, really. And you want to use the best person in contact possible to make the appointment and open the door. And always remember, and this is true, getting the appointment is 85% of getting the gift. That's something? Remember that. Getting the appointment is 85% of getting the gift. Ninth tenet of mega gift fundraising. A good friend often isn't the best person to solicit the gift, although he or she may be the best to make the appointment. Often a friend will be overly protective and may find it hard to overcome a negative attitude on the part of the potential donor. Instead, of asking for a gift, it will be much easier for the friend to switch making a date for next week's golf match. And there is another problem as well, and this is that a friend, the friend of your major donor that you are going after, often feels that asking for a gift can damage their relationship. So, secure the appointment with the help of a friend and send someone with the friend who can ask for the gift. All right, 10th tenet, and I think this is as many as we'll go ahead and do today. We'll come back to the rest later. Jerold Panas says, in his experience, children aren't effective at all in soliciting their parents for a major gift. Without question, they'll be effective in securing gifts for a pet project, but seldom a mega gift. And Jerold Panas says he's questioned a number of professionals in the field on this subject, and he finds total agreement on this. Nonetheless, he says children can be very helpful in encouraging and supporting the parent's decision to make the gift. And he says an interesting twist, I've had a number of couples ask that their gifts be anonymous. They didn't want their children to know about it. Okay? So, well, 11th, let's do one more because this is so important. Securing that mega gift means helping the donor share your dream. Your objective must fit the donor's design and interest. The sooner your vision is shared and becomes the donor's dream and passion, the quicker the decision will be to give. And I think that is a perfectly wonderful thought to leave today on. And please remember, this book is absolutely fascinating and you're going to love it. Mega Gifts by Jerold Panas. And you want to remember always that successful fundraising is helping others to meet their needs while accomplishing yours. I'm Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising. We're here to inspire you on to fundraising greatness, and you can find out a lot more about us at blockbusterfundraising.com. That's where we store our video blogs, and joyolsongroup.com. And we have hundreds, well over 300 free fundraising videos on YouTube, our YouTube channel. So, have a great February. I hope everything is going wonderfully well for you. And if you are in the midst of putting together a capital campaign or a major project, you're going to want to pay close attention to what we're doing here on our lives on Tuesday at 1 p.m. because we are talking about major gifts. We're going to get into the rest of the 62 tenets that you need to know to get the mega gift. And we're also going to get in to moves management, how you get everything in order to go after the mega gift. Hey, thanks for having been here. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.